What is up, everybody? It's your main man, Eddie from EMP Performance, and I hope you all are having a great Monday. It's that day. It's the beginning of the week. It's May 4th. May the 4th be with you. For all you Star Wars fans out there, thought I'd do a nice little intro. What's going on? Built by Steve, Sean, how are you? And we got Ricky on, ready to go. Ricky is our guest tonight. The real Ricky Bobby, numero uno, will be on with us tonight. So I hope you guys are ready for some questions and some answers and to find out all about his amazing supercharged build. So hang tight, let's get Ricky on right now. Bam, bada, bam, bam, bam. What up, Jimbo? What's going on, Ricky?
Try to get my stuff away, my bad.
Oh, you're good, dude. Get all fixed up. Get your volume right. Let me put my volume up. There we go. May the 4th be with you, Jimbo. I brought this out for you, Jim. We got a little crazy earlier with May the 4th be with you. How are you doing today, Ricky?
I'm doing, man. I'm doing. Trying to enjoy this somewhat decent weather before it gets too hot here in California.
I hear you, man. What is it, 6 o'clock there right now?
Yes, it is. It's 6 o'clock.
Awesome, awesome. Ricky, thank you for taking the time out of your day, because I know you could be doing a whole bunch of other things right now, but I'm glad you took some time with us so we can get to know you and that badass car right behind you.
Definitely, definitely.
Awesome, man. So how's your day going so far?
Going good. My wife just actually brought me back a coffee. I got to thank her for that. Thanks, Janelle.
Hey, we got the Starbucks. You got the good stuff.
Yeah, I'm a Dutch Brothers guy, but I got to settle for what I can.
What's up, Joe, and everyone that hopped on? Robbie, what's up, my friend? Cool, man. So this is what we'll do. I got some, really cool questions for you about you and your foxbody, and then Ricky will do our best to answer the questions from the viewers and stuff like that.
Sounds good to me.
Rock and roll. All right, cool. So first and foremost, tell us how you got into the Mustang world.
I got into the Mustang world. Started off with just cars in general. Helping my uncles. They were all Chevy guys, and pretty much went into helping them and helping my grandpa and my dad on little projects, from like little tractors in the yards. My grandpa had a 56 like Comanche truck with a 3 on the tree. That's where I learned how to drive, chasing cows in pastures.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, my uncle and them used to take me out to the track all the time. I grew up in Monterey, California, and Sacramento, back and forth between both parents. And when I was spending time with my mom, my uncle would take me to the track, and we'd get to go. I met Skip Barber and Dan Gurney and all of them. So I kind of got into. I was young. They couldn't pay me. I was underage at the time, so I was kind of like working at the track. And I got to know everybody. Well, I was a drink guy. I was the gas guy. I changed tires. I learned brakes. I learned a little bit about carburetors and hands-on stuff by those guys. And at that point, it just became one with cars, and that fueled the passion, I guess, from there.
Dude, that's so cool. So how young were you when you were at the track doing those odds and end things?
Like between 13 and 16.
Wow, so you were young, yeah.
Yeah.
That had to
way
be
before I was ever legal to drive a car.
Yeah, right. That's awesome, man. But that's a great way to get into it, being at the track and just being, the smell of the gas, or even alcohol gas, just being around this everything from the sounds to all the different cars and stuff like that. What was your I guess first vision or first sight of a Mustang that kind of got you into like Mustang specific?
I guess that was my brother. Back in high school, he was about to graduate, or he was a junior in high school, and he just got his license. He was working all summer. And we went to go test drive a 9250, a red notchback. And we test drove it, and it sparked something in my heart to this day. I was like, man, I ain't nothing like that. I ain't never felt this nimble on a car. And I guess that's what it all sparked off of, because I got a red 88 foxbody notchback, but same principle. It's that rumble. It's that going on that first initial trip and seeing my brother proud of what he was going to get. He didn't end up getting it, but it still sparked something in me.
Yeah. Wow.
So,
that story's pretty similar to mine. My brother had one as well, and when he went off to the military, I was able to buy it off him, and I remember I was so jealous when he got that Mustang. And I didn't really know much about Mustangs back then, but it was just a cool car, and I'm like, damn, like, you know what I mean?
Oh, I definitely know what you mean. That if I didn't know what you mean, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
Yeah, exactly. All right, cool. So within you being young, being a teenager, have you had any other Mustangs prior to the one that you have now?
My first car, believe it or not, was a '69 Camaro, and I wasn't really a Camaro guy, so my uncle pretty much took it upon me and him to sell it, and we turned around and I got a '68 Fastback 2+2 GT.
Nice.
And that lasted about 2 weeks when my uncle realized he shouldn't have put a 429 cover jet in it.
Oh,
and
man.
Yeah, I had to buy the city of Sacramento 2 telephone poles.
Come on.
No, that was my first Mustang, and then from there I had an '88 original mile, 27,000 original mile hatchback that me and my wife went on our first date in. We did donuts in the rain on our first date. That's how I met her.
You locked her in that night with the donuts, man. That's it.
Yeah, she was a Camaro girl, but believe it or not, now she's turning to the dark side. So.
I get it, man. I totally get it. I gotta hear a story. You're alive to tell about it. What happened with the telephone poles? Jesus.
It's pretty much a 16-year-old with 600 horsepower and a 3-speed automatic, and a Ford 9-inch. Yeah, let's just say testosterone and growing up and trying to impress girls and other dudes, and they've realized that showing off isn't always good.
Those don't mix well at all.
No, not at all.
Well, I'm glad you're alive to tell about it, man.
Definitely.
All right, cool. So you travel down the road. Always muscle cars. It seems like for the most part. Tell us about when and where you purchased that beauty behind you.
Okay. Pretty much my first 27,000 mile LX that me and my wife that I had when I met my wife.
Yep.
That got stolen one night out from a mall. We went to the mall, and then we went to a friend's house, and they lived right across. Their apartments right across from the mall, and we left the car there, and I heard a car. We were swimming. I heard a car start up, and pretty much my car got stolen. So my uncle, who's a CHP officer at that time, was like, "Hey, if you can't find your car, I'm gonna retire my car." He lived in Lasson County at the time, and it was a CHP car. He's like, "Hey, my car's getting retired in 3 months. If you want it, I'll buy it back, and you can buy it from me for $500 from what I paid." And I was like, "All right, sure, I appreciate that." So I bought it. He bought it for $3,200, and I bought it for $500. But not to mention that $500 that he wanted me to spend extra was to him to make sure that I had enough gas, the insurance, enough for brakes, enough for a new spark plugs and everything to make it right. So he kind of did me a favor. So I kind of started with that, and he taught me how to pretty much turn the wrenches on these cars and what made these cars tick at that time. So he was like, I had up in Lasson County, they don't have like in the big cities where they have their own. They're pretty much the mechanics on them.
Yep.
So he took it home and he learned all the odds and ends into them and what made them work and what's easy to fix about them. And he showed me all that, and then we all went from there.
Wow, dude, that's awesome, man. That was nice that he was thinking about you, because now those cars are like far and few, and You know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah, he took a ride in it within the last 2 years before I put the new supercharger on, and he said he just pretty much told me I should arrest you right now.
What? He knows. He's a
Oh, he
smart
knows.
guy. He knows.
Yeah, he knows it takes a lot of discipline sometimes too to keep your foot out of it. So, and I guess that's a good point to make, that you don't always have to show off and be the fastest one, as long as you can have it, but it's more about, I don't know, I guess doing it the right places at the track or open area, where if you can't go to the track, open country road or old abandoned parking lot.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, that's a really good point, man. That's a good point. Wow, so he must be like blown away to see your car now and what you've done.
He loves it. He says he made every decision the right way to make sure I had it, because he couldn't imagine what it would be else in someone else's hands.
Yeah. Wow. So that has more than just wow, it has so much to it. So much. I don't know the word I'm
Oh, it's been a family car. He was the first CHP to drive it, and he was the last CHP to drive it, and I was the first person to get it. So it's always been in the family.
Oof. You're not letting that thing go unless.
Nope. My son won't let that go.
Ah, there you go. I like it. It's already going to the next
Oh,
spot.
and if he don't like it, my daughter will have it.
There you go. That's awesome. I love that. A couple people actually said they love that story, and that's what I love about this so much, is that we really get to hear like the big story about you and the car behind it.
Definitely.
Awesome. So tell us what we all been waiting for. Tell us about, and if you want to walk around the car and do it, you're more than welcome to. Tell us about all the mods that you've done to it, front to back.
Okay. Well, that's a lot. I could start with a whole list, but pretty much I got a full Maximum Motorsport. Let me pop my hood. I got a full Maximum Motorsport suspension. K-member, QA1 coilovers, bare brakes, 6-piston bare brakes. I'm trying to get the best. Where'd it go? Where'd we go? There we go. Trying to get the best view.
Wow.
Pretty much Maximum Motorsport torque in a box kit, full coilovers, all 4 wheels.
So nice.
I'm sorry, it delayed.
What happened to the other engine blocks? Did they just end up shit in the bed?
Cracked down the middle. A lot of the valleys would crack, and I had a stud girdle. And the only thing that kept it together was a stud girdle. I've seen a lot of valleys cracking, a lot of heads warping, and once you start machining so much of the block down, it just gets less and less and less and less, and it doesn't want to go. So cracking between cylinder walls.
Oof. And Ricky, Joe asked, what kind of power is it making? Are you doing E85, and what ECU?
I do use E85. I got about a 50 horsepower gain from E85 off of 91 octane.
Nice.
And I'm running a Mega Squirt ECU, a standalone. It's a lot more simpler to use than a lot of the other standalones.
Yeah, you like it so far? Oh, did I cut out?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh,
it keeps going out. There I am.
Oh, that's perfect right there. I think you got good connection right there. Can you hear me okay? Oh, am I frozen or you're frozen? And then the block itself.
And for me, that would always stretch. I get about 6 months of driving, and it would stretch on me to where it'd be hard to go into gear. And when you're trying to bang gears and you can't get that third gear, and it's easier to replace a clutch cable than it is to replace a clutch.
Yeah,
so.
and you replaced so many cables, it was almost better for you to just upgrade to this, and now it's perfect for you?
Yes, it's been good. It took a minute to get used to it. It went from going like a bow and arrow setup, I guess you would understand, from driving a foxbody. You would have that hard. Okay, now you're good, and you'd get that shaky knee in traffic. So that eliminated that, and then now it's like a Honda. So to me, I like it personally. Myself, I like it. Is to me, it just gets a little bit of getting used to because you're not used to that softness.
And Foxbody Sales said Maximum Motorsports is the best clutch cable I use to have the same issues. Yeah, I use actually the Maximum cable as well, but I mean, you have something that works well for you. You're good to go.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about nothing stretching, just keeping make sure there's no fluid coming out.
Exactly. And Joe said he had to go hydraulic with his old long tubes for clearance, where the fork exits the T56 Magnum, but the McLeod hydraulic kit has given him some issues.
I can see that.
Yeah. What about in the rear end? What do you got in the old pumpkin?
I have 355s. I have a Detroit locker back there, and I have 33 spline axles. I'm a welder by trade, so my boss let me make a jig at work, and we pretty much cut 3/8 of an inch off each end of my rear ends. And instead of going C-clip eliminators, I just went with the brand new Ford Torino 9-inch housings on the end.
Oh, okay.
And I welded the 9-inch housings on and take them all on to where they were straight. Because Fox bodies, regardless of what they are, the axle tubes like to twist. They're not perfectly straight. So I got them as straight as I could, or as straight as my jig would let me get them. And I ended up welding pretty much 9-inch housings on. So I got 9-inch axles in an 8.8. So I don't have C-clips no more.
Cool.
So just trying to make it stronger. Just trying to make it stronger and easier on myself, so you don't have to worry about C-clips breaking off because I wanted to try to get into road coursing or doing like a little parking lot events just to have a little fun besides just going straight. And to me, I wanted to beat up on the $100,000 Porsches.
There you go. Oh, you can do that easily now, right?
Oh, yeah. I've since this COVID, I really wanted to start hitting it hard this year, but the COVID kind of messed that up.
Yeah, put a damper for all of us, man. It's crazy. What about your interior, Ricky? What updates did you do in the interior? I've seen, pictures and stuff.
I went with the I met the Corbeau people at Good Guys, and I started talking to the reps and the sponsors over there, and they decided to give me a sponsorship, and I ended up going with Corbeau seats. And I went with the LG ones, full leathers, front and back, and they kind of made that happen for me. So I got a good deal with them. So I like to rep their name for them giving me a chance to be an ambassador for them.
That's awesome, man. They make really great seats. I have the GTS2 seats, the suede ones, and they're super comfortable. I love them.
Well, if I'm stuck in traffic, at least I'm comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. That's cool. I love your chair. And if you guys want to check it out too, make sure you hop on Ricky's page. You can check it out as well. And I know we talked a little bit about you have all of that together. Have you had it tuned yet with your ECU and everything?
I had it tuned before on the S trim, and I was making 14 pounds of boost, 14 pounds of boost. I made 613 to the wheels and 589 torque. On E85, I made 89 horsepower, 574 torque on 91.
Right.
So
wow.
I did have it tuned, but it just, with that combination, I was getting hot driving around because there was no intercooler. I was only using a methanol kit. So I had the snow meth kit, and it was getting hot driving around California. And